everybody. I'm meteorologist Ashley Smith here in the First Alert Streaming Center on this Wednesday. It is hump day, as they say. Anyways, yes, we of course are going to be talking about that snow that's headed our way. I don't know why this looks so weird, but that's headed our way. Of course, tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be that biggest kind of impact from these series of First Alert weather days. Of course, this morning we dealt with that very thick fog. Really limited visibility across the area. You guys are already weighing in. I love it. Thank you, Susan. Susan wants to let it snow. Here's what I will say. Tonight, so last night I went to the new Coney Island, the Cincinnati's Nights of Lights. It used to be at Coney Island. Now it is at the Claremont County Fairgrounds. And it's like, oh my gosh, Thanksgiving's next week. Christmas is right around the corner. And I feel like with this very mild weather, it's been hard to get into the mood, at least for myself. I'm sure I'm not the only one though. And now that we're talking about snow, I'm like, okay, now I want to get like my Christmas decorations out and all that. Tonight is the preview night for Festival of Lights at the zoo. So yes, we are getting into the holiday spirit. And I always think that when you have kind of the colder air, maybe some snow in the forecast, it definitely gets you more in the spirit for those types of things. So I was also thinking the other day, or maybe it was even earlier today, I saw an image of snow here from like last winter or the winter before. And I did think like, I don't want to deal with that again. But you know, this is why we live here, because we get the 4 seasons, and 4 seasons means that you do get winter and snow. So, okay, you know, it's not all bad. And of course, with this snow that we're going to see tomorrow, it's going to be very manageable. So that's a good thing. Snowfall total still changing, still evolving. So we'll break into that coming up here in just a bit. But first, we want to talk about, of course, what's happening outside right now. Yes, it's been very windy. I still have some of my mums, and they were blowing over, even though they're really wet, obviously, because we've had so much rain. That wasn't even enough to keep them up. But yeah, it's been a very windy day. We'll talk about that too. Cloudy skies, a little bit of drizzle still out there right now. Of course, continuing to talk about those strong gusty winds today, the snow on the way for tomorrow. Wind chill is going to be a factor really already today, but especially throughout the day tomorrow. And Friday is going to be very cold as well because of those wind chills. So let's look at radar right now. We do still have some rain working through the region. We're going to see kind of scattered showers throughout the day today. Right now, the bulk of that rain kind of pushing off to the east, moving into Warren County, excuse me, I could feel that coming for a while. Eastern Hamilton County, portions of Claremont County seeing a little bit of rain. And then as you go to the south along 71, 75, you're seeing, especially 75, you're seeing some of that rain as well there in Grant County. So a little bit of rain right now. Rain not going to be a big deal today, should be pretty light. But we are going to be, of course, expecting that system to continue to impact us into tomorrow with the snow on the way. So right now you do see these snow showers off to the northwest. This is a very large system. Catherine Bodak was talking about that yesterday. It's just a massive storm system affecting more than half of the country, really. And so we're going to see kind of that colder air working into the region later today. I wanted to see the current wind gusts. I'm not sure that I have it selected, so I want to make sure that I show that. Here we go. Let me select it so that I have it for the future. Okay. We did have a long summer. It did seem like, and fall's the best season, and it seems like we didn't have a ton of fall because it was so mild. So current wind gusts, 25 miles per hour, 35 miles per hour in Wilmington. We always want to preface Wilmington with the fact that it is in a very open area. It's kind of an open field. So, you know, there's nothing to really block out that wind. So it does typically read higher, but it's an accurate reading. It's just you have to remember the terrain there. 25 miles per hour at CVG, 24 at Lunken, 25 miles per hour in Batavia, Middletown, 30 mile per hour wind gusts right now. Temperatures are in the 40s and 50s. It's cool. I actually didn't realize it was quite that cool out there right now, but 43 at CVG, 45 at Lunken, 46 in Lebanon, 50 in Falmouth. Batesville already down to 39 degrees. Now remember, at CVG right now, 43 degrees with a little bit of light rain or drizzle falling, but it feels like 35. So already we're talking about a wind chill there, and we're not even into the worst of it yet. Winds sustained right now to the northwest at 14 miles per hour. I think that I have the future wind gusts up here. Let me double check. Yes. Okay. Should have trusted myself. It was the next thing in the show. Okay, so here's a look at those wind gusts in the next couple of days. We'll take this full. That'll just be easier for everybody. Okay, so throughout the day today, again, 25, 30 mile per hour wind gusts definitely possible. Tomorrow we do it over again, maybe a little bit higher, perhaps 30, 35 mile per hour wind gusts, pretty common throughout the day tomorrow. And then Friday, look at this. Friday is going to be chilly, and you're still looking at those wind gusts of 30 to 35 miles per hour, even maybe close to 40 miles per hour at times. So that's going to be enough to definitely make it feel quite cold outside. Let's look at those wind chills, future wind chills right here. Because really for the first time this season, we're going to be experiencing those really bitterly cold kind of conditions, at least feeling bitterly cold. The actual temperature is not too bad yet. So tomorrow you're looking at wind chills in the 20s throughout much of the day. And then Friday, very similar situation. Friday though, those wind chills could drop into the teens for a period of time. So again, some of the coldest air we've seen so far this season. Today's high temperature, 48 degrees. So now we've done a flip-flop. We've gone from the mid to upper 60s the past couple of days. Today, and the problem is today we were warmer, and we've seen the temperature drop throughout the day. Let me actually pull up that temperature profile. So like at like 6 a.m. it was 49 degrees, and now we dropped down to 43. So again, we've seen those temperatures really fall throughout the day. So that's why the high temperatures really kind of our afternoon high temperatures. Now we will see some clearing later today, so we do think the sunshine should help those temperatures to rebound a little bit by this afternoon. Okay, so for the rest of today, this hasn't been updated since yesterday, but it's still accurate for today and tomorrow. So today, light rain, of course, very windy. Those roads will be wet in spots because of that light rain. And then tomorrow, that's when we're seeing those main impacts with the strong gusty winds, the mix of rain and snow, wind chills in the 20s, and then at times those roads could turn slushy just because of the fact that you're going to see a mix of rain and snow, and with the way the temperatures are tomorrow, it could turn into a little bit of a slushy mess. Okay, let's look at that hourly forecast here. So throughout the day today, again, most of the rain is already pushing off to the east. We'll see some sunshine this afternoon with those temperatures in the upper 40s to near 50 later on today. And then tomorrow morning, we start the day dry with temperatures in the 30s. We start to see that precipitation return by about mid-morning in the form of initially a little bit of a mix of rain and snow, and then changing over to all snow by mid-morning, continuing into the first part of the afternoon. And then it becomes pretty scattered snow showers throughout the afternoon into the evening hours. So here's the deal. Anywhere from about, let's say, 9 a.m. tomorrow, 9 a.m. Thursday, until say 4 a.m. Friday, we will see some sort of precipitation. A little off and on, but more on than off. So let's backtrack that just a bit. So here is early Thursday morning, we're dry. That rain and snow mix starts to move in by Thursday morning, by early Thursday morning, really. And then by mid-morning is when you're really going to notice that mix of rain and snow across the area, kind of changing over to more snow than rain. Again, so if you're thinking about, getting out on the roads or that kind of thing tomorrow, I think really kind of midday could be the worst. Now, we're still expecting wet roads rather than slick or icy roads because a lot of this is going to melt on contact. But again, we just want to make sure that everybody's prepared for some slowdowns on those roads, because even with just wet roads, it could cause some problems. And with those temperatures hovering near freezing or at least close to freezing, you could see some impacts, bridges and overpasses especially. So just be cautious if you are going to be out and about tomorrow on those roads, really at any time. But I do think the best chance for it to be all snow is from about 10 a.m. to maybe 5 p.m., 6 p.m. It just depends on, the speed of the system, the temperature profile, and of course, how it all just kind of plays out time-wise. But again, here's what it looks like. So 9, 10 a.m., you're seeing some of that snow continuing into the afternoon. There will be breaks, so that's going to be good to kind of dry out those roads perhaps. And then we do see more snow Thursday evening before changing over to a mix again by overnight Thursday into Friday morning. Okay, let's look at the snowfall totals, but we're going to look at several models just to show you kind of the uncertainty with this system and how it's kind of evolving. Let me make sure this includes everything. Yes, okay. So we really only need to take it through very early Friday morning. So we'll stop it right here. Okay, so this is the European model showing around an inch, maybe in some spots a little bit more than an inch. And remember, all of these maps that I'm going to show you, this is what falls. This is not necessarily what you will measure because the ground is too warm. So initially the ground will just be wet. Okay, so that's the European, around an inch. GFS, so finally, and if you remember, if you were with me on Monday or even Tuesday, I said these models are going to come down, and they have, and even better than the fact that they're coming down in snowfall totals, they're coming in better alignment. So now when we did have this really wide range, I think at one point the models were anywhere from 0.2 to 3 inches, even more than 3 inches on some of the models. Now they're kind of more in line. We love to see that as a forecaster because it gives you more confidence in that forecast. Okay, so again, GFS and European not too far apart, an inch, some spots maybe up to 1.5 inches. We're going to look at, don't want to do that. Okay, this is, let me make sure that's right. Okay, this is our in-house model. Again, still pretty close. It's still kind of in alignment. 1 inch to maybe 1.5 inches in some locations. Let's see how far out this one will go. Okay, this should be giving me some sort of total. Well, it's not. Okay, now we'll go to the North American model. Still about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. Now this one's probably the highest because it has almost everybody seeing 1 inch to 1.5 inches, where some of the models had less than 1 inch, and like 1.5 inches was more of the exception. So if this is worst case scenario from all of the models that I showed you, still very manageable, right? I mean, that's easy enough to clear away, even if it does stick, which again, we do not expect initially for this to stick. It's going to take some time for the road temperature. Let's actually see. Yeah, it's going to take some time for those road temperatures, surface temperatures to drop. So we don't expect it to be like an immediate thing. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, here we go. This is great. If you ever go on the OGO website, it will tell you not only like road temperatures, but it will also tell you like what's on the road as far as like, oh, is it wet? Is it slick? It tells you all of that. It's really quite interesting. I'm trying to find one. Sometimes they're not working for whatever reason, like an instrument issue or whatever. And then yeah, this is fascinating. And then some, it will tell you like how many lanes are clear once we really get into winter and all that. Oh wow, this is fascinating. It will show you like construction as it's happening. Anyways, I'm looking out on ones that actually have the temperature. Okay, well, we'll get back to this. There's also, Kentucky does this too. I can look that up later too, but I don't want to get back on track here, Ashley. Okay. So again, on average, you're looking at an inch to 1.5 inches across the area, and that's the entire event from any of the snow that we get Thursday, perhaps even if it lingers into Friday. So it's not a lot. It's very manageable. So okay, here's a look at this 7-day forecast. Okay, so today we are looking at those temperatures rebounding a little bit later on this afternoon. We'll be back into the upper 40s to near 50 thanks to some sunshine, which we should see later. I mean, you're not going to see any sun until probably 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. Tomorrow, temperatures stay in the 30s, wind chills in the 20s. Friday's better. We do see those temperatures kind of warm up overnight, and that's going to change that snow over to a wintry mix again before it completely ends as rain. It's going to be windy again Friday and very cold with wind chills in the 20s or even teens at times. We do get better this weekend, highs in the 40s and 50s. And then we do see scattered showers for both Monday and Tuesday. And then I do have beyond the 7-day forecast here, which shows, of course, Thanksgiving week. For some reason, I keep wanting to say Easter. I have no idea why. Okay, so temperatures in the 40s leading into Thanksgiving, probably the biggest travel holiday or travel holiday. And then 47 degrees on Thursday for Thanksgiving. It does look like as we head into the weekend, of course, Black Friday, and then Shop Small Saturday, Small Business Saturday. And then this is Sunday the 1st. Not only is it the start of meteorological winter, but it is also the next time that the Bengals are back in town. Well, next time they play, period. And they're facing the Steelers. So that's on December 1st. Looks like kind of a little bit of some mixed precipitation, and then temperatures rebound into the 40s. Or maybe not rebound, but we do clear out and see some sunshine for Monday and Tuesday for the first part of December. So that's good. Okay. There we go. Okay, now I figured. Okay. So I pulled up one that has the capability of showing you surface temperature, and it's not working. Here's another one. Okay, so right now, because of how warm it's been lately, the air temperature is in the 40s. So at this particular weather center, this actually might be outside of our viewing area. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so this is US 68 at East Fork, 5 Mile Creek. The air temperature is 49 degrees. The road temperature is 53. So the road temperature is actually warmer than, that is in our area. So the road temperature is warmer than the air temperature. So right now we're obviously fine. We know it's just going to be wet, but that's good. That's really good, actually. And not unexpected. It's kind of what I thought it would be. Oh, thank you, Terry. Oh, the name of the website. Okay, so there's OHGO, O-H-G-O. Of course, I got out of it. And then the Kentucky one is like, I actually just did this story last week. snowky.ky.gov. I don't know why it has to be so. snowky.ky.gov. And so that you can see, actually, I think it tells you where the plows are. It actually says right now that it tells you the priority maps. You can click on your county to see where it ranks in the priority. So they have a lot of information. Obviously, there's no plows out there right now, but once they do get out there, then the maps will become active. You can see where the plows are. You can see, it says, this is very, very interesting, actually. But it says, you can sign up for hourly updates during snow and ice events. And then it will show you, again, as I mentioned, how many lanes are clear, how slick it is. I don't know if it ranks it. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is so fascinating. It says it gives the priority. So the interstates and parkways are the first priority. Then it goes from there, and you can go all the way down to street level and see where your own particular street ranks. It tells you how clear it is. Yeah, it's very interesting. So anyways, for Ohio, let me see. It's just ohgo.com, OHGO. And then for Kentucky, it's, hold on, snowky.ky.gov. So Susan had asked about that. I know, Travis. The thing is, you love the snow when you can sit inside and just watch it, right? But anytime you have to get out and it's just annoying. Kathy had her window cracked. I was thinking this morning, like, I don't think my heater has kicked on in probably a couple of days, and then this morning it kicked on. It's been so, I think I had my air conditioner on 2 weeks ago, like not that long ago. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting. So, Jay, when I was doing the story with Kentucky, they said they have plenty of salt right now. I don't know about, I know Ethan Emery did the story with Ohio, but I'm assuming they have plenty of ice right now as well. The good thing is last year was so mild, so they can kind of carry over some of that salt, so that's a good thing. But yeah, they weren't concerned at all. So, hello, Jerry. Okay. All right, so the other thing is, I learned this last year maybe, is the way that they get the salt is different. Like sometimes it comes on a barge, sometimes it can come in trucks, or whatever it may be. And so the way that it has evolved over time changes the pricing and the transportation and like where they get it from, like what part of the country, wherever it may be. And so there's a whole system to it, which is pretty fascinating too, or I found it fascinating. I know people they don't want to know where it came from. They just want to know that they have it and it's taken care of. I get it. Okay. I just wanted to say it has been chilly. Yes. Okay. Yes, Kristen. So I just want to I want to summarize all of this because we actually have a meeting about our weather graphic system that I have to get to. But I want to make sure that I do summarize this. I'm trying to see if there's a graphic to summarize it, but I'm not sure. Well, here. Nah, this one's probably outdated. Well, it'll still work. So, snow begins tomorrow morning, probably 9 a.m. It continues through the afternoon into the evening hours, not the whole time. It's going to be a little off and on. By the time it's all said and done and that snow tapers off by very early Friday morning, and we're talking, it really kind of ends as more of a mix and then eventually changes over to rain. But by the time it ends, you're looking at 1 inch to 1.5 inches. That's what falls. It doesn't all stick. For the most part, the roads will be wet. As of right now, the road temperatures are in the 50s, so well above freezing. It would take a lot of snow and a lot of very cold air for those roads to support snow sticking to them. So again, in summary, the rest of the day today, you're fine. The fog is gone. The rain is moving out. We're actually going to see some sunshine this afternoon. Tomorrow, early morning, you're okay. It's around mid-morning through the afternoon. That's when the snow begins to fall, and that's when it could stick to those grassy surfaces, elevated surfaces, that kind of thing. But for the most part, the roads will be wet. Okay, so the next update you will have, of course, will be on digital throughout the day today, providing you with updates. We will be back on the air, of course, at 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 10 and 11. Chief Meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer will have your streaming show at 7:15. But until then, I think we're going to sign off. Oh, and then I just wanted to again say that I will be at the zoo tonight for the Festival of Lights. They're turning the switch. Santa will be there this evening and to light the actual tree. So very excited about that. So that's the next time that I will see you. So until then, I hope that you all have a great day. Remember, not a lot of snow, around 1 inch to 1.5 inches, very manageable. Most of it melts on contact. We'll get through this together, but very cold and very windy for the next couple of days, Thursday and Friday especially. All right, I will talk to you later.